welcome everyone to the preseason race of the League Season 3. We're here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway, and qualifying just started for our Division 2 class. So this season, the cars will be no different between Division 1 and Division 2. They are both the same NASCAR spec, running the Camaro ZL1. So qualifying is getting underway. We're about 1 minute and 30 seconds into qualifying. Drivers will have about 15 minutes to put down their fastest time around this layout B of Blue Moon Speedway. I believe it's layout B. Yep, in Blue Moon Infield B. This track has only 5 turns and 2 sectors, so one long, fast left-right-hander, turn 1. As you can see, buttons going through right away, kind of wide into turn 1. It's a very fast corner. And a very interesting exit there with the banked turn transition onto the straightaway. Another fast left-hander kink, turn 2, and then this is where the sector 1 ends. Into turn 3, and then turn 4 being the only braking zone for the entire track, I believe. It's a left-hander that's approximately 90 degrees. You can see there a few cars having a few difficulty going into the braking zone there. So we got a handful of new drivers today. So Show Me Sign is joining us today as a late addition to, I believe, team, let me double check my notes here, for Toro Bravo Racing. Jesus, a long-standing member of LRC, joins us for their first inaugural league season, representing the 99 car in an all-black livery. Very, very simple. We've got Vergold representing the number 5 car. The U.S. Army livery and the shark teeth on the sides. Vergold currently in first place right now in provisional pole position, about half a second in front of Jesus. That's the purple sector for sector 1. It's caught up in a little bit of traffic though, but will it hinder Vergold's lap time? Oh, and Vergold loses the back end there at turn 4. These cars in particular are quite squirrely on the exit due to the 650 horsepower on the rear wheels. So a lot of power going down to the wheels and a lot of slippage there if throttle control isn't the best. C. Ulrich representing the Maelstrom team, a repeat team coming from Season 2. Currently sitting in 4th place at the moment. We've got people currently sitting in 5th place, representing the 56 car. The light green livery of Sundrop jumps into 3rd place. So currently in 6th we got Buttons, also a newcomer for the League Season 3 in the mellow yellow car, number 51. Flying Disc currently sitting at 7th place at the moment. Flying Disc, no stranger to LRC and the league, coming from, I think this is Flying Disc's 2nd season, or maybe 3rd season. I think Flying Disc might have participated in all seasons. The Flying Disc in the orange and white striped car, number 37, going through turn 4 right now, the heavy braking zone into the back straight. Racer X currently sitting in 8th place. also coming for their second season of the league. And Kaido Nasa returning, not necessarily returning to the league, but did participate in the Academy League last month and did quite well. So Kaido taking their hand in the actual league, the main league, in the 23 car, part of the Toro Bravo racing team. And finally, we got Wrecked Bunny there, spun around on the straight. Looks like maybe with someone else. Maybe there was an incident there. Wrecked Bunny currently sitting in 10th place at the moment. Got damage on the rear fender of the car. The number 95 car. Oh no, and People is off the track into the grass. So again, I think the power that this car provides is going to be pretty tricky for our drivers here today. I think in our practice, in our test sessions, we've seen that throttle control will be absolutely crucial for the drivers to be successful in this race and to avoid damage. The one change that we made from Season 2 is that instead of having two cars requiring damage before a safety car procedure is called, Season 3 will only need two cars to spin out and not necessarily pick up damage. So if two cars end up colliding and spinning out during the race or going off track, they don't necessarily need to pick up damage in order for a safety car procedure to be triggered. So our race organizer, Dinosaur, will be running the safety car procedure, I believe. Hey, Token Timmy, how's it going? And Super Saiyan Frodo, how's it going? Thanks for joining our stream and listening into the commentary. So if you're part of a team or part of a fan base, let us know in chat. We like to see the fan bases of our drivers represent in chat, supporting their drivers as they qualify or as they race. So definitely support your drivers as the race goes on. So as it stands right now, it looks like not many people are improving. And then just as I say that, see Orweg jumps into second place with a 46.2. Only 0.2, just about 0.3 off the provisional pole position. Okay, Super Saiyan Frodo, you kick. Okay. Nice. And Team 3 is, I believe, Toro Bravo Racing. Whisker Warriors Performance Racing checking in. Whisker Warriors Performance actually is almost easier to say than WWP Racing, surprisingly. Buttons has picked up damage on the front right tire and the front fender of the car. crossing the finish line. So it looks like we only have 10 minutes of qualifying for today, seeing as the track is relatively small and the lap times are within 48 seconds. So it looks like all of our cars at this point have run their laps, and I think the only car they're waiting on is mine that's sitting in the pits because it's a safety car and then I exited out of the track. So they're just gonna have to wait because I accidentally entered qualifying. I hope it doesn't automatically enter me into the race, because that would be not good. I'd have to exit the race as a safety car. Oh, that's cool. Dirty Kuhai. Share the road with Kaido elsewhere. If you have a GT Direct Drive Pro wheel, you should definitely get GT7. Oh, GT7 multiplayer. I see. Well, if you get the opportunity and you feel particularly courageous, feel free to join us and join our Discord. It's the pinned comment in chat at the moment. It's an invite to our Discord. And there we just run a bunch of events every week. They don't have to be super competitive. Like the league is the most competitive thing that we do. Every Wednesday we hold an academy practice. And it's essentially just a time for us to get together as like a group to practice certain concepts or techniques together in kind of like a collaborative environment. And I think that's what makes LRC kind of unique as a group. We focus more on the learning aspect of driving and less about the competitive part, even though we tend to be pretty competitive in the league. So I'm going to do one thing real quick. I'm going to exit and then jump back into the lobby so that I don't get accidentally entered into the race with the safety car. That would be bad. I think earlier I was screwing around with the safety car while people were practicing, so I ended up accidentally readying my car. Okay, so let's take a look at the current grid for the race. The results won't let me see. Okay, so we got Vergold sitting in pole position, C. Oric in second, Jesus starting third, P. Pool in fourth, Show Me Sign in fifth place, Flying Disc sixth, Buttons in seventh, Racer X eighth, Kaido NASA in ninth, and Wrecked Bunny in 10th. So Vergold with a 45.9. Pretty quick pace there, about 0.3 of a second faster than Orwick. But it looks like the top 5 are all within a second of each other, almost top 6. And then we have essentially the second half of the grid is all within about a second as well. So going to be a tight race between not only the top 5, top 6 people in the race, but also the mid-pack as well. Additionally, the safety car rules will have a pretty drastic impact on the race and strategy. So the current settings of this race, we have, I believe it's 12x for tire wear. We can actually check this out on the event settings. Let's take a look. So if we go into event settings, yeah, it looks like we have tire wear rate at 12x and fuel consumption at 2x, and then refueling speed at 10 liters per second. So with that, the drivers will have to strategize around their pit stops, in particular the tires, The fuel, not so much, since it's a fast refuel speed. So there's not going to be the need to fuel save that much in this season as it was for last season and season 1. Yeah, I'm not going to be racing season 3, unfortunately. So it'll be interesting to see when drivers have their set strategy for their tires and changing their tires, how a safety car procedure will change their strategies on the fly. As a GT driver myself, I find it to be probably one of my weaknesses to figure out strategy on the fly like that when things change. Dutra, I don't think Tuck and Timmy is racing this season either. So we'll wait for the confirmation from Dinosaur when the race will start. In the meantime, we'll hang out here. And I'll drink some water because my mouth feels dry. So we got the 90-second confirmation from Dinosaur. So we'll get racing fairly soon. Again, we are, if you're just joining us, we are LRC. We're a Discord group with a bunch of drivers who like to prioritize learning over competitiveness, even though we still like to be pretty competitive. Though we have plenty of events that are collaborative. We have practice sessions that mimic in real life academy sessions. We have casual racing nights on Monday and Friday sometimes. So it's overall a really great collaborative group, and everyone here is very welcoming and accepting. So if you feel like you want some low-key racing or low-stress racing, or you're keen to learn on how to get better, definitely check us out. Yeah, so best of luck for all the drivers. Dirty Kuhai says, don't step on the Catboy's tail. Let's definitely do not do that. With these cars, though, they're pretty tough to control, so we won't expect extremely clean racing from everyone. There's going to be incidents. There's going to be spinouts and whatnot. So for the drivers, they're gonna run into these incidents, and they just do happen in the race. So it's not like it's going to be, professional racing or anything like that. The racing here at LRC is pretty low key, and we're not like super serious. We're not like, the Gran Turismo World Series or anything. So expect a lot of action here, and potentially a lot of incidents, but everything's cool. When this happens on LRC, people are very, very accepting and understanding of each other's situations. So when these incidents happen, they typically get resolved through our stewards, and then that is that. And it's typically a good learning opportunity as well for the drivers to understand, who was in the wrong, what they could have done better, how they could have situationally treated, or how they could have taken that situation differently or reacted to a situation differently. So it's a really good place to be overall. All right, and with that said, we are going to get underway here for our preseason race for Division 2 at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. So the start will begin with a rolling start. Rolling starts in GT7 are single file, so Orwick will be directly behind for gold instead of side by side. Looks like it'll be somewhere around 20 to 30 feet or so between the cars, maybe more. Maybe looks like 50-ish. And we're underway. So Vergold gets off the starting roll, and Orwick is actually really close behind. And the top 5 cars are all really close next to each other, all going into turn 1. Orwick has a neat and tidy turn 1. Jesus follows very closely as well. And there's a kind of like a 3-way battle going on between Show Me, Find Disc, and People. While C. Orwick continues to take the lead. Show Me has a solid third. Find Disc is being under attack by Pool going into turn 4. Find Disc takes the inside and makes that goes defensive, sorry, and defends against People into turn 4 through the straight. Buns is 6th, Kaido is 7th, Racer X currently sitting in 8th place, Jesus in 9th, and Wrecked Bunny in 10th. And it looks like we have a safety car procedure here. So Vergold now has slowed down to approximately 60 miles an hour, waiting for the cars to form up in their train. They'll make 1 lap around the course to allow it looks like Buttons, Jesus, and Wrecked Bunny all went into the pits to fix their damage, it looks like. So once they catch back up to the safety car line, they will get racing, they'll get underway. All right, so Wrecked Bunny has, oh no, and Wrecked Bunny has unfortunately ran into the wall trying to catch up to the safety car train and picked up damage. Same with Jesus, it looks like. Jesus has picked up damage on the front right there. And it looks like we're off into racing again. Vergold takes turn 1 very cleanly, and Orwick following pretty close behind, with Show Me extremely close to Orwick. Looks like Show Me might even have an opportunity to attack Orwick going into the infield section of Blue Moon. It looks like Orwick actually might even have a... Oh, so Show Me there makes the pass to the inside of Orwick at turn 3. And now Orwick is being passed by Flying Disc on the outside of turn 5. So Orwick losing some pace there, and Orwick has picked up damage on the front right. So that is the reason why Orwick is dropping quickly down the grid order. I mean, once you pick up damage at Blue Moon, it's going to be a significant problem for your top speed and your lap times. So you end up just losing out on pace incredibly quickly. At that point, it's best to pit essentially right away. Oh no, it looks like something happened to Vergold as well. So Vergold has hit the wall and also picked up damage on the front right. So now Vergold will end up losing a lot of positions to this top 3 here, up until potentially Orwick. So Flying Disc now in 2nd place and Show Me in 1st. I can't believe I missed those incidents, but I mean, it clearly wasn't any contact with any other cars, so it must have been an unforced error of some sort that led them to pick up damage. And you can see people right there catching up to Vergold coming into turn 4. Heavy braking into turn 4, and oh no, People loses the back end. Oh, and luckily he doesn't crash the car, so backs up there safely and rejoins safely as well. So unfortunate for People, but fortunate that he didn't pick up any damage on his car. That was a rather nasty spin at turn 4, and we'll see that potentially a lot as the tires wear. So, Magic Oreo Dust, thank you for following. If you're just joining us, this is the preseason race of Season 3 of the league. Feel free to join LRC by clicking on that Discord invite link that's pinned up in chat. So Xiaomi now currently still in the lead, not necessarily comfortably. Less than 1 second Flyndisc is trailing behind, but shows no sign of weakness. So right now, Xiaomi has very comparable, looks like, tire wear to Flyndisc. Flyndisc maybe a hair less of wear on the right side there. Right in on board with Flyndisc. We can see him get really close to Xiaomi into turn 4 as they both brake. So Xiaomi trying to get out of the slipstream, or trying to avoid the Flyndisc from taking advantage of his slipstream. Pretty late entry into turn 1. Xiaomi, I don't know if that was a mistake, but maybe that was just a late apex in a different line that Xiaomi's used to taking in this race. Tight battle right now between first and second. A moment going into turn 4 once again. And Flyndisc lifting off a considerable amount in terms of speed at turn 4 to save potentially their tires on the right side of the car. It looks like we got another, looks like a four-way battle here for 5th place. For Gould makes a pit stop to potentially fix the damage. So right now, Jesus, Racer X, and People all right now fighting for that 5th position. And Racer X really close to People going into turn 1. Does a good job of lifting off the throttle, giving a little bit of space between Racer X and People into turn 1. Look at that, and Buttons looks to the inside of... Oh no, there's an incident! Oh no! Oh, looks like Jesus there. Oh my goodness, Jesus must have lost control of the car, and I think that will trigger a safety car. Goodness me. What crazy action we've got going on just in the opening 9 laps of this race. And I don't know, it looks like we're not slowing down at all. It looks like there's no safety car going to be called. Xiaomi and Flyndisc still fighting for that first position. Xiaomi getting it a little bit to the wall on the exit of turn 4. It doesn't seem to slow down their car significantly. Not enough at least to have Flyndisc make an attack into turn 1. So Orwick goes in for a pit stop. Looks like to fix the damage and get rid of the hard tires on the right side of the car. So right now our field is spread out quite a bit. And right now the only battle going on track is Flyndisc and Xiaomi at the moment. Flyndisc getting very squirrely on the exit of turn 4. Xiaomi's pulling slightly away from Flyndisc. Flyndisc was able to keep within a second over the past 4 laps or so, but is slowly losing out to pace in the last lap. As you can see there, understeering quite a bit into turn 1 with those worn tires on the right side. Oh, Xiaomi there, barely scraping the car at turn 3, or turn 2, excuse me. any further to the right, and that would have been damage. So Show Me really pushing the car to the limits. So Vergold now with a fresh set of medium tires will go on the attack against Kaido. And it looks like Racer X is catching Jesus. But, oh, Racer X there with the tires completely worn out on the right side, dives into the pits to get a new set on. And as we just saw that, Vergold makes a pass on, looks like Kaido at the exit of turn 4. Maybe we'll catch a replay, see how that went down. Oh yeah, so it looks like Kaido got a pretty poor exit out of turn 4, maybe touched the wall there, lost a little bit of momentum, and Vergold was able to take advantage of that mistake. So Show Me still hasn't pit yet and has opened the gap slightly, about half a second from Flying Disc. It'll be interesting to see which of these two drivers will pit first, which will attempt an undercut, and which will go for an overcut. But Show Me decided to stay out, so Show Me with the 47-second lap time, and Flying Disc with just below, actually. So Flying Disc able to come back a little bit and take a little bit of time out from Show Me. I think we got a spin at turn 4. I think it must have been Wrecked Bunny there making a mistake at the exit of turn 4. We'll dive into the pits and get a new fresh set of tires, but also will look to fix their damage that they've accrued over their lap. So here we go. Looks like Flying Disc has got a good opportunity coming up behind Show Me. Will he be able to take the inside? So Show Me defends by taking the inside himself, and Flying Disc in that slipstream. Oh my goodness, so Flying Disc takes the outside. I saw a little bit of a bump there going into the corner. Flying Disc takes the outside and just understeers all the way on the outside. But he makes it stick, and Show Me makes a mistake and is into the wall. With those tires being completely down on the right side, it's extremely difficult to stay grippy, I guess. So stay within the limits of the car as you make the turn. And I think Show Me there, forced onto the inside line, wasn't used to being in that position and ended up losing the back end of the car. So Flying Disc dives into the pits, and I think Show Me luckily will be able to do the same after picking up damage. Well, let's take a replay of that. So yeah, it looks like he was on the inside line there, maybe on a less grippy part of the track, and just lost control of the back end of the car. So, unfortunate situation there for Show Me. So Vergold now is what looks like to be in a net second position after they've both made a one stop with Show Me. So Show Me is currently in the pits. P-Pool net third, and then Orwick as well net fourth. And Flying Disc still maintains the lead after his pit stop. These drivers will have to be extra careful going into turn 4 for the first time on new tires, since the tires will be cold and less grippy, especially on throttle. We got Racer X in 6th place right now. Jesus not too far behind in 7th, and Buttons following pretty closely. Almost losing control of the car, the mellow yellow car on exit 4. So exit 4 proving to be very challenging for a lot of drivers at this stage of the race. So flying disc running into traffic. So with LRC rules, blue flags do not require the lapped car to move out of the way. So at LRC, lapped cars can simply just stick to their racing line, and it is the responsibility of the passing car to make a safe overtake, even under blue flag conditions. Oh no, looks like we got a yellow flag in the turn, at the exit of turn 1. Let's just say that wrecked bunny hits the wall, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, wrecked bunny not having a great day at all. Oh, and looks like someone else is also into the wall too. So, oh no, Kaido head first into the wall at the exit of turn 4. As I said earlier, these cars are not easy to handle, especially on throttle towards the exit of a corner. Oh no, looks like Flying Disc there getting into the back of Buttons' car. Luckily, no damage or any incidents occurred from that. Oh yeah, it's probably Rocket Bunny, huh? Thanks for that crunchy not smooth. So Flying Disc still in the lead at the moment. Looks like Flying Disc is using Buttons as almost like a bump draft partner down the straight to pick up that extra speed. For Gould at the moment, currently behind, it looks like Show Me. So it looks like Show Me will end up getting potentially lapped by Vergold if he can make the pass. People currently sitting in 3rd place, 11 seconds behind Vergold. Or like a solid 2.5 seconds behind People. Yes, let's take a look at fuel and stuff. So yeah, Flying Disc didn't get any fuel, which I think might have been a mistake. Might have been like a misclick or something, because refueling does not take any time at all at 10 liters per second. Or perhaps maybe Flying Disc wanted to just extend the stint, perhaps. But at this point, he's in this kind of awkward situation where his tires aren't necessarily bad, but he has to pit for gas. So Matt decides not to go in this lap. I hope he has enough fuel for the rest of the lap, actually. It would have been a critical mistake if he doesn't have enough fuel for the lap. So Vergold right now currently sitting in 2nd with about 1/4 of fuel left in the tank, and the tires on the right side almost entirely depleted. As it stands, I think People might be in the best position here for the net lead, since People's tires aren't completely worn out, and People still has over half a tank of gas left. So Orwick, even though close behind People, will still have to pit earlier due to the tire wear. So looks like Pole might be in the best position here for first place. Looking further down the grid, Racer X has completely depleted tires on the right side. Oh, look at that. He's extremely squirrely on the braking going into turn 4. Luckily not hitting the car. Oh, and then Bunny there. Passing Bunny under yellow flag. Bunny might have made another mistake. Xiaomi picks up a 3-second penalty for potentially cutting the racetrack track limits. Yeah, so now with Flying Disc done with his pit stop, Cole now has the lead, and Orwick is in second. And Vergold now is very close behind Flying Disc, and they are on equal, looks like equal strategy right now. So both of those cars have a full fuel tank of gas. Excuse me, full tank of gas, and a new set of racing mediums. Fight. I think that was Kaido getting a little bit, losing a little bit of control of his car and ping-ponging against the walls. I hope he didn't pick up damage. Oh yeah, it looks like he picked up damage on both sides of the car. It's unfortunate because here, if you pick up damage on any one of your tires or wheels, it becomes exponentially easier to pick up damage again. Because your car may not be turning correctly, it might be understeering more in certain corners versus others. So the car can feel really unpredictable when you get to that point, especially if your tires are worn out. So Orwick right now running completely on a dead front right tire. And I don't know if Orwick will decide to pit this lap or just continue. So perhaps Orwick will look to completely use up the gas tank before he pits and maybe try to stay on the same strategy as People at the moment. Oh no, and I think it was Xiaomi who ran into the wall. That's unfortunate. So Xiaomi had a great start to the race, fighting for that lead, and it looks like it was maybe one or two mistakes dropped him back into 6th place. All right, so Vergold now up very close to Flying Disc. Looks like Vergold will have a passing opportunity in turn 1. Takes the outside. Flying Disc defends on the inside. And they go side by side into turn 1. Oh, and Flying Disc maintains the inside of the corner. They go side by side through the exit. Oh, and Flying Disc defends against Vergold through turn 1. That was very, very nice driving there by Flying Disc to maintain 3rd place out of turn 1. Vergold will get another chance here. Vergold looks to take the inside this time, and Flying Disc doesn't have the opportunity to take the inside as Vergold is already side by side with Flying Disc in the straightaway. And once again, they go side by side in turn 1. This time Vergold takes the inside and makes it stick. Looks like Vergold will take 3rd place. But Flying Disc, oh my god, Flying Disc barely keeping control of his car on the exit of turn one on that tricky. Oh no, I was just saying that I cursed Flying Disc, and Flying Disc lost control of his car at turn 2. But epic battle between the two. Oh my goodness. Very great car control from both of them going into turn 1 at such a high speed. Turn 1 is a very tricky corner by itself, and going in there with a car next to you is even more challenging, exponentially challenging. So props to both of them on some fantastic racing. So people in Orwick looks like they both hit the pits, and looks like I was right with Orwick's strategy on keeping up with Poole in terms of fuel. But Poole is considerably ahead of Orwick coming out of the pits. Looks like 8 seconds. Oh no, those cold tires. Oh my goodness. Those cold tires coming out of the pits almost causes Orwick to lose control of the car on the exit of turn 1. So Jesus jumps up into 5th place as Buttons makes their pit stop. All right, so Jesus has about just less than half a tank of gas and about a third of tire on the front right. Racer X in a pretty good position, looks like, compared to Jesus, with 3/4 of a tank and about half of their tires. It's interesting to see that Racer X's back right tire is wearing more than the front right. So depending on how these drivers drive into the corners, they can influence how much their tires wear on the front right or the left. So there was a little bit of a skill around managing the tires on the right side and balancing the wear so that one of them doesn't wear too fast compared to the other. But in all cases, the right will wear much, much quicker than the left. So Show Me out of the pits, currently in 7th place. Buttons in 8th, Kaido in 9th, and Rocket Bunny in 10th. So we're just over half the distance. It looks like the racing is still pretty tight. At this point, it's a game of consistency and a battle of attrition here as drivers wear their tires down to minimal wear, have to deal with traffic, and prevent themselves from picking up damage to not lose an incredible amount of time relative to their contenders. So at this point, I think the driver that will come out on top will be the one who minimizes their mistakes, especially through turn 4 and turn 1. Racer X under attack by oh my goodness, I think I just did a commentary curse on Show Me. I was getting excited because Show Me was gonna attack Racer X into turn 1, but Show Me makes a mistake and loses the rear end of the car on the exit of turn 5. looks like Oric makes his way past Kaido under safety, or no, it looks like under a blue flag. And then we got Shomi, who is still only at 3 seconds behind Racer X. So Racer X went to go take a pit stop. Shomi jumps into 4th position, and Buttons is only 2 seconds behind. A close race between those two. Gold jumps into the pits with a 20-second lead over Poole. I think the net delta of a pit stop here is somewhere along the lines of a 30-second window, I believe. So people will comfortably jump into first place. And then I believe Orwick will follow shortly after. Yep. So Bergold will come out almost side by side by Orwick. Oh, they do come out side by side by Orwick. Oh my god. So they touch a little bit coming out of turn 1. And Bergold with those cold tires is going to be under attack by Orwick. So despite being on separate strategies, Orwick will definitely look to make an overtake on Bergold coming out of turn 4 and turn 5. So Orwick takes advantage of that yellow flag, I think, and makes the pass on Bergold. I think Bergold slightly slowed down on the front straight there due to that yellow flag, and I think Orwick took advantage of that. So under yellow flag conditions in the game, you don't necessarily have to slow down. You just can't pass other cars while there's a yellow flag, which is kind of interesting. But Bergold will not be happy about that. Bergold looked to take the place back. And now we got Buttons and Flying Disc. So Flying Disc looking to make the overtake on Buttons going down the straight. Is not quite close enough to make the pass, but closes in on Buttons. Oh, so Buttons leaves the door open, and Flying Disc dives into the inside into turn 1, takes the inside line, keeps it neat and tidy, and makes the overtake through the corner. Very, very nice by Flying Disc. So Buttons now under attack by Jesus, who is very close behind in the exit of turn 4. Jesus will have the slipstream going down the front straight, going into turn 1. Jesus diving into the inside, and similar to Flying Disc, makes that pass on the inside at turn 1. Buttons leaving the door open quite a bit on the entrance of turn 1. So Jesus comfortably through, taking that 6th position and looking to close down on Flying Disc in 5th place. Back up with our leaders. People is in 7th place. Or sorry, People is currently in 1st place. Let's see here. Oh no, and Jesus is making the pass on Flying Disc as we speak. Going down in front straight on the inside into turn 1. Flying Disc taking the outside. Will Flying Disc try the over-under? No, Flying Disc maintains the outside and makes the car stick with that extra grip out of nowhere. He's even got damage on that front right, so I don't know how Flying Disc was able to make that one stick, but he does, successfully defending his 4th place position from Jesus. He gets swirly there on the exit, and then now Jesus makes the pass. And Flying Disc will find himself under attack by Buttons, who he passed just fairly recently. And as I said earlier, consistency here is everything. Being able to consistently put down your lap times around the 47s, even 48s without picking up damage is absolutely crucial here. So Poole taking a pit stop will end up in 3rd place, about 17 seconds behind Vergould, who's still only a second behind Orwick at the moment. And it's still tough to tell right now who's going to be in the net lead at this point. I've kind of lost track of the strategies, and it seems like a full tank here will take you about, I think, 10 laps or so. So it's still anyone's game at this point. And again, as I said earlier, you know, anyone can make a mistake around crashing their car, which the crash alone and spin alone can take anywhere between 10 to 15 seconds out of your overall race time. Vergould closing down on Orwick, closing the gap to less than half a second. Vergould there with extra momentum had to let off the gas to... Oh no, looks... Oh my god, something's going on there. So Orwick looked like Orwick overslowed quite a bit into turn 4, and Vergould had to let off the gas quite a bit in order to not rear-end Orwick. So Vergould here in the slipstream, looking to potentially take the inside. Yep, goes for the inside into turn 1. Brakes heavy on the inside and makes it stick. Orwick tucked behind Vergould, potentially to take advantage of the slipstream in the infield section. And it's just, I think it's just Orwick's tires are not up to the same level right now as Orwick. Vergould. I think Vergould has fresh tires and Orwick is running on completely dead tires. So Orwick will likely pit this lap. Or stay out. No? Yep. Into the pits Orwick goes. And I believe that will put Orwick in 3rd position once People makes his way across the start-finish line. So Harmsway currently in 4th place, sitting 3 seconds ahead of Flying Disc, who is currently in the pits. Show Me Sign is 5 seconds ahead of Racer X in 7th place. We got Buttons in 8th, Kaida in 9th, and Rocket Bunny in 10th. Oh no, looks like Rocket Bunny once again turned around at turn 4. Racer X dives into the pits for what could potentially be a last time. Flying Disc also may be good to the end of the race with about 2/3 of a tank of gas. So Vergold will likely have to make another pit stop. Or maybe not, actually. So Vergold is on lap 51. I think Vergold's tires will be pretty much depleted by the end of the race. And I don't know if 17 seconds will be enough to keep the lead. Poole currently sitting with half a tank as well, and plenty of tires left for the race. And Ulrich will have actually the biggest tire advantage, but is running slightly less fuel than everyone else. So at this point, I'm not sure if half a tank is enough to go 8 laps, 9 laps for the end of the race. We'll see as the race comes to a close. So Jesus currently in the pits, and let's see how much fuel he takes. So Jesus takes about 2/4 of a tank, so maybe Jesus also overfueled just to be safe. So maybe with a little bit of fuel saving, for Gould, Poole, and Orwick can all go toward the end of the race on their current tank of gas. Xiaomi jumps into 4th place after Jesus takes his pit stop. Although Xiaomi is only 5 seconds ahead of Jesus, is going to have more worn tires than Jesus as well. We'll see if Jesus can make up those 5 seconds in the closing laps of the race. Oh no, Flying Disc. What happened with Flying Disc? Oh no, it looks like Flying Disc might have got turned around at the pit entry. Oh, shame. He's got engine damage there. Oh my goodness. Whatever that was extremely intense. So unfortunate, Flying Disc drops down to 8th place after that crash, and is a full 20 seconds behind Racer X, who's got damage but also ready to go to the end of the race. Buttons is only a second and a half in front of Racer X, but he has the same type of damage as Racer does, coincidentally. Checking back with our leader, Vergould's lead has cut down to 14 seconds, but I don't think Poole will have enough time to catch up with Vergould. But Orwick here making a comeback here against Poole, closing the gap down to 2.5 seconds. I think Poole might actually have an opportunity here to overtake. Orwick might have an opportunity to take Poole to the closing laps here. Oh my goodness. And Thankfully, Rocket Bunny was ghosted there. Otherwise, that would have ended Orwick's race. That could have been extremely, extremely unfortunate. Buttons exiting turn 4 really slowly at the moment. It looks, yeah, I think Buttons must have had an incident at turn 4. Look at that P-Pool doing everything he can to keep the distance from Orwick. Increases the gap to about a couple tenths. Looking more and more comfortable here as the laps close, as the laps come to a close. So we're Gould right now on the penultimate lap, comfortably 12 seconds ahead of Poole. And those right tires, especially the front, almost completely depleted. But I believe 11 seconds will be more than enough to keep the lead comfortably. Gould here just needs one solid, consistent lap, one conservative lap to take the checkered flag. And Orwick here needs Poole to make some kind of mistake in order to catch up and potentially pass Poole by the end of the lap. So Vergould goes into the braking zone one last time at turn 4. He's got the hazards on, celebrating what would potentially be his first win. Goes around turn 5 one last time. Epic drive by Vergould. It was very unclear who was going to win the race all throughout the race, actually, until probably the final third of the race. So congratulations to Vergould for getting first place here at Blue Moon Speedway. Poole coming in at a solid second, and Orwick just a second behind. Great drive by both of them. Great racing overall between the two. Jesus coming through in 4th. Also solid drive by Jesus. At one point, Jesus, I think, was down in 9th place due to damage and a spin. So Jesus coming across the line in 4th place. Show Me already across the line in 5th. Racer X 6th. Buttons in 7th, Flying Disc in 8th. So really unfortunate race by Flying Disc. Having that accident there. So Vergould with the pole position, a clean race, and the victory. So looking at our results one last time, it's, let's see here. Vergould in 1st, Poole in 2nd, Orwick in 3rd. Jesus, Show Me, Sign, and Racer X 4th, 5th, and 6th. Buttons in 7th, Flying Disc in 8th, NASA in 9th, and Rocket Bunny in 10th. Let's save this replay. So great job by all the drivers. This is certainly a preview into what the season will look like. Yeah, Kaido says he binned it so much in the final corner. I think everyone in this race at some point had damage. I don't think any person went through this whole race without collecting some sort of damage. I don't know how Vergould ended up getting a clean race bonus. Or maybe Vergould didn't pick up damage. I'll have to take a look at the replay. But again, epic drive by everyone. Great effort. Yeah, highly entertaining races. Great passing into turn 1 as well. Flying Disc had some awesome side-by-sides there. So, great race all. Yeah, not much else to say. So, again, if you're joining us or you're just joining us, definitely check us out at LRC. Join the Discord. The invite is pinned on Twitch chat. We'll be shutting down this stream and we'll be starting up a new one for the Division 1 race. Stay tuned for that. We have a full grid and a masterclass of racers for the same track. So we'll see that coming up in just a few moments. So please hang tight and we will see you soon.